Summer means longer days and sometimes longer weekends. Make the most of yours with Memorial Day savings now at the Home Depot. In-store, online, store-wide. Get grilling and saving with a 5-burner Next grill for only $199. Regularly $249. Save on everything from mulch to mowers. Ready, set, summer. Memorial Day savings. Here now, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done while supplies last.
Los pros comienzan el día aprovechando los servicios exclusivos en Lowe's. No solo ofrecemos clavos, tendrás aire comprimido gratis para tus ruedas y tanques portátiles. Estacionamiento de remolques para pros cuando vengas de compras. Un lugar para limpiar tu parabrisas. Y una bebida energética para despertarte. Aquí tu día empieza más rápido pagando en cajeros solo para pros. Por eso Lowe's es el nuevo hogar de los pros, solo en Estados Unidos.
We're talking about podcasts. We're talking about itty bitty podcast. A podcast.
Merry Mini Monday, Chunkies. I'm Carter.
I'm Doge. If I did that, I'd hyperventilate.
I'm Jordan, and that's my secret. I'm always hyperventilating.
That's my secret. I'm always hyperventilating. Boys, something that feels like it was at the roots of Mini Monday, and we haven't done it in a really long time. We're talking about the energy of having a lot of movies coming back. It feels like theaters opening a little bit.
Yeah.
CDC guidelines getting us to a place to where we're starting to feel more comfortable of going to our favorite places again. Those places not staying closed. Let's play a little bit of Yes or Pass.
Yes. I mean,
Yes or Pass is simple. We just bring up some movies that are coming out, or just honestly anything that you could have an opinion on in the movie business. Sound familiar? It's this podcast's foundation. But
can I yes on yes or pass real quick?
You sure can.
Yeah, that's a yes for me.
Yeah. Yes or pass is saying whether or not we individually are willing to experience that in theaters.
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
Boy, I need you to know my threshold's real low. I haven't been to the theaters since I went to see Knives Out 100 years ago.
I feel like that has made my bar higher.
I'll go watch anything in a theater right now. Literally anything.
So technically, too, it's also if it's streaming,
right?
You know, if it's like straight to stream, we'll count that as a yes or pass.
Right.
A conversation that I had meant to have last week, but I'm pretty sure, considering that, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Because our movie tomorrow is a straight to stream movie. But yeah, so A Quiet Place Part 2. Guys, it's already got a handful of ratings from critics. We've got 62 critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. And it's a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. A nerve-wracking continuation of its predecessor. A Quiet Place Part 2 expands the terrifying world of the franchise without losing track of its heart. Is that a yes or pass for you guys?
It's definitely a yes for me. I'm pretty excited about it. I love the first one. And I don't know, maybe this is naive of me, but I have enough faith in old Johnny Kraz that it just feels like there would not be a second one if there shouldn't be a second one.
Yeah, I'm probably a little less warm on it than that. I think it's still a yes to me. The comparison that I've heard in reading reviews about it is that if the first one is Alien, this one's Aliens. Like
Sign
tonally.
me up. Sign me up.
I think we talked about that actually when we talked about Alien, how oftentimes these like creature, horror, monster movies, their sequel is a straight up action movie. Terminator kind of does this too.
Sometimes it's got to be though, right?
Yeah, I think that's because you've already revealed the monster. And so now the focus is not on what is haunting us, but how do we fight it?
Yeah. Well, you just named 2 awesome sequels.
No, so. I know. Those are the reason that I'm giving this a tentative yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tonally, that makes sense to me, of the sequel to basically a horror film.
Yeah.
But it's a yes for me too. It's something that I'll be excited about just having in the docket. I think for several years now, there's just been a lot of content in the world to the point to where water cooler talk used to be, we're all caught up. What's next? That doesn't exist anymore. It's like, I just don't have time for it. And people start getting really upset that you haven't seen all of Naruto. And you're like, I
I'm sorry.
Don't know. It's a lot. Things like that, Clone Wars, things that have hundreds of episodes. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But it's a yes for me too. How do y'all feel about Emma Stone's Cruella? That's coming out May 28th. What do you think?
That's a pass for me.
That's a big pass for me.
Wouldn't touch it with a 29.5
Let me explain.
for me.
Let me explain.
I wish you would. That's the point.
Who wanted this?
Emma Stone truthers. Love it.
Somebody at
Emma
Disney
Stone.
who watched Joker was like, wait, they're kind of doing what we did with Maleficent, right? And the other guy was like, no, not at all. And they're like, yeah, that's what I thought. Let's do it with Cruella de Vil too.
Right. I love Tom Hardy, and I haven't seen Venom because I don't want to.
I thought you were about to tell me he was in Cruella.
No. I'm just saying I love
which
Emma
dog
Stone.
does he play?
Nice. I love Emma Stone. I have no interest whatsoever in this movie.
No.
It's a pass for me too. Not as strong, but it's a pass. It's a situation. Cruella is a situation. I'm not going to jump on it. I think yes or pass is about saying, hey, as soon as this releases, is it happening within the first few days? Are you going to get over there and watch that?
Yeah, sure.
But with this, it's like, if it happened to be, there's going to be a night, I think, in the future of the Willis home that it's just like, let's just watch it. And I think that's going to be fine for me. But it's definitely not something I'm super excited about. And it's not a first choice. Let's talk about a couple of projects that, well, actually, no, there's one more that's really soon. Army of the Dead. This is Zack Snyder.
Oh, Z Snide.
Streaming, yeah?
Streaming. Army of the Dead.
Probably
72% right now on Rotten Tomatoes. It actually came out last week. So a yes or pass might be a little behind, but 79% for the audience. We bring that up because I think Zack Snyder at least needs to have credit for things like this.
Yeah, totally.
This is a 2.5 hour.
Wow.
Its genres are horror, action, adventure, crime.
Slow-mo.
But ambitious, over-the-top zombie heist mashup. Army of the Dead brings Zack Snyder back to his genre roots with a suitably gory splash.
Well, I think that's what he's so good at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is going to be a yes for me. I may have already watched this by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely, it's not a yes for me in the sense of like, I'm so excited, but I'm definitely going to watch it. So it's a yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a yes for me too. There was a recent announcement. We are all, as we have expressed before, we are musical theater boys. We love it. We RIP, well, hopefully not RIP. I bet it comes back. But Dallas Summer Musicals, we happen to be all usually season ticket holders for that.
Did you see the announcement about the new season, by the way? The new shows for next year?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Wonderful lineup. Anyway.
Very pumped for that. Dear Evan Hansen's trailer came out. Okay.
Yes,
and I can say, I'll go first on this. It is, when I saw this live, I didn't know much about the show. And I had opportunities to, but because I knew it was a few months away to actually experience it live, I decided, you know what? I think it would be fun to go in fresh to this.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things where there feels an obligation because of an extended universe. Usually on a movie podcast, that's an anxiety that might creep up. But I said,
what comic was Evan Hansen first introduced in?
Right.
Like, what was his superpowers then? How have they
like,
changed?
wow, arm sure does heal fast. Mutant. But I thoroughly enjoyed and was one of my favorite experiences that I've had, not just at Dallas Summer Musicals, but for musicals in general, because it's just really incredibly creative. There's parts of me that feel like this story is not because of the live experience, but because of the set is a preferred on-stage experience for me.
Yeah, the set's important.
I can promise you, though, Dear Evan Hansen, despite, which I think some of my co-hosts will share some of the uncomfortableness maybe of the trailer or anxieties there, despite that, will be a yes. It will be something, because what we're asking here is not whether or not we'll enjoy it, but whether or not we will see it as soon as it's released. And I will. So it is a yes for me on Dear Evan Hansen.
Easy yes for me as well.
Yeah, it's obviously and hugely a yes for me. I do think that Ben Platt looks 40 in the trailer.
That'll be tough.
This is a controversial thing, but I think that Ben Platt was the wrong choice to play Evan Hansen in the movie. I really think they should have gone with the guy who was like the first non-Ben Platt human being to be Evan Hansen on Broadway, who was like 17 at the time. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's tough, but I think Platt is the whole reason they made a movie.
I think so too.
I think so too.
And I think they're like, oh shoot, we got to hurry up and do this. So I think that's going to be controversial throughout like after it's released and stuff like that. I think if I close my eyes, I'll be like, oh, perfect casting.
Yeah. But he looks like John Travolta in Grease. It's like you were not a high schooler.
And that's going to be something that we bring up in our episode tomorrow, because we're kicking off the Summer of Love with To All the Boys I've Loved Before. And so anytime you have a high school movie, it feels like the recipe should be, let's make sure all these kids are at least passable as kids, because that ends up being something that feels a little bit out of place, unless you're doing something like, oh, what was it called? Is it Pin 15? On that, when the point is to have older people playing younger people, like that's the joke, then that's fine. But when it's not supposed to be a joke, it can sometimes immediately take you out, because you're going to have a large majority of the people watching this movie having either been in high school already or currently in high school, and they're going to know. You just have to respect your audience awareness.
I also think for me, and we brought this up before the recording, so I'll bring it up now. I'll stand in my truth. I think that obviously the cast is incredible. I know it's going to sound great. It's going to be good. I have no doubt that it is going to be good. I think that visually the trailer looked very bad to me. It looked like an ABC Family original movie.
I did not get that at all.
Maybe you had the ABC Family Original Movie filter on and you didn't realize
you know what?
Did you have that on? Check the settings. Yeah, check your settings.
That comes standard in a lot of newer TVs. People don't turn it off. Tom Cruise had like a whole thing about it.
I know. I watched the YouTube video. He was like, turn off your ABC Family filter.
It's ruining movies.
Worth saying too, we have some new castings. Part of the reason too of coming over to the movie world, Hamilton was an anomaly because it was a launching pad for a lot of people that when we would watch it played live, we would be like, wow, they're famous. You can't help but every now and then some people watching that and being like, wow, how'd they get all these people to be in? Oh, wait, this is the OG cast. So with Dear Evan Hansen, we're going to have Julianne Moore in here. We're going to have Amy Adams in here. Yeah. And like, I'm down for, I mean, these two women are some of my favorite actresses in Hollywood.
Yep.
And so perhaps that will release some of the sting of the wig on Ben Platt.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
In the spirit of jumping into, we can already feel like there's love in the air here on this mini Monday before our Summer of Love 4, Time for Love. The movie that we're going to be reviewing tomorrow is To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Spoiler alert. One of the big narrative pieces of that is our main character is writing love letters to just kind of get that energy out there, to get through that cycle of feelings about all these boys that she's loved before. And then something unfortunate happens to where I won't spoil who does it or how it happens. All these letters get out to and are delivered to the boys that they wrote them to, bringing about crippling anxiety. So here's my question for you in this section of our Mini Monday. What are some movies or shows or even actors? What are some of those love letters that you might have written in secret to some of these shows that you might be embarrassed for the truth to get out?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Love it.
Let's talk about it on that a little bit. I'd love to at least have one from each of us. It could even be something, I'll start by saying I've experienced one on this podcast, and it's the Phantom Menace. That it's like, well, it's just part of the agenda now. I have to share this, how much I love this.
Yep.
But yes, let me know. What are some of these love letters that you have written before that if they got out, it's like,
Sort of guilty pleasure loves, right?
Sort of that guilty pleasure love that you didn't necessarily expect. It might not even be a movie that you feel like we would have ever reviewed. Or maybe someone we wouldn't talk about. I'll give you a moment to think about that.
Okay.
It's hard. I feel like I have pretty willingly owned up to most of the things that I love on this podcast. Like, Brink, everybody knows my love of Brink and, that stuff. So let me think. Oh, I definitely have it.
Oh, go. Yeah, go. Tell me what it is.
I definitely have it. I would be really embarrassed if my letter got out to the punch and face movie known as Never Back Down. It's a terrible movie. And it is so fun.
Nice.
To watch people punch each other in the face. and the music is really bad.
So I don't know anything about Never Back Down. Honestly, I thought it was a dance movie until right now.
Never Back Down is like if Rocky and the OC had a baby. It's just
Phenomenal.
a bunch
So is it
of
like you watched Rocky with that
aggressively-
ABC Family filter on?
No, it's worse. It's just a bunch of like aggressively attractive people that are like, I carry around so much rage inside of me. The only way to do it is to channel it through mixed martial arts fighting.
Cool. Cool.
There's like it's like Fast and Furious style. There's like secret underground tournaments that they all get like the text like day of where it's going to be, and they all got to show up to do the fight because they're all supposed to be 16, but they're played by like 26-year-olds.
So it's like a club for fighting.
Right. Yeah, but
And it's like Rocky.
right, but Fight Club is like not about fighting in the way that Never Back Down is about fighting.
I don't know. I think Tyler Durden's cool and a role model. I want to be just like him.
I
He's so
love the way
powerful.
that he does stuff. No, I think Never Back Down. I'll tell you this. In Never Back Down, both the band 12 Stones and POD feature heavily.
Oh, yeah.
And it is
POD?
certainly not a Christian movie. They just decided to make one of the moments in the movie have the like, boom, here comes the boom.
Yeah.
Ready or not. You know that song?
A ton of movies had that.
Yeah.
There's a whole Kevin James movie named after that.
That's true.
I would be embarrassed if our dear listeners and also people I know in real life found out how much I undyingly and uncriticizingly love speculative nature documentaries.
Oh, I love this.
And that's things like Animal Planet's seminal classic After Earth.
Yeah.
Not After Earth. It's like After People or something
After
like
Earth
that.
is one of the worst movies
After
ever.
Earth
This
is maybe
different.
the worst movie I've ever seen in
Welcome
the theater.
to After Earth.
After Humans or whatever. I don't remember what it's exactly called. But it's basically like, here is how animals might evolve in the next 4 billion years after humans are
Oh,
extinct.
man.
And it's these weird
Just taking
creatures.
a swing at it.
Just maybe. Netflix just did one called Alien Planets where they interviewed a bunch of like foremost experts on astrophysics and people in xenobiology, which is a totally speculative field at this point. And they're like, they could look like this if there's aliens out there. They could be like this. And it's like
Amazing.
crappy CG things, and even things like BBC's like Walking with Dinosaurs, any kind of speculative nature documentary that's like the animals were probably or might be sort of like this, and we're going to use the best computer animation that $1,000 can buy to present them to you.
That's so funny. Can
I
we do
love those.
Let's do a quick check here. Do y'all believe in aliens?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I do.
Love that. I love
Yeah.
that about us, and I'm not surprised.
Easy.
Here's something you might find surprising.
I
And
don't even get to elaborate on that.
Doge, I want you to elaborate on it.
Bacterial life is a virtual certainty. Animal life is probably a virtual certainty as well. I don't know. I don't know about smart ones. Maybe.
Yeah,
Hey, Michael Caine just joined our Discord. I know this derails a little bit.
I know. Citizen. He calls himself Citizen Michael Caine.
Welcome.
Is he a knight?
Michael
Because
Caine.
I greeted him as Sir.
Michael
He's got to be
He
a
is
knight,
a knight.
huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you send a voice message in Discord?
I think so.
You gonna greet him?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't think you can.
I feel like you definitely probably can.
We'll find
should
that out
be able
sometime
to.
when we're not recording an episode.
Oh, I think it's better if we do it while we're recording.
My love letter is to a show that I recently have been going through with Chelsea that loved it so much. I thought of, was starting to think of scenarios as to how to present it to y'all for us to review the show.
Okay.
But I don't think it'll happen, and that's okay. We just don't really have the room. Guys, I have seen High School Musical, the series,
Mm.
and it's actually really good.
We started it when it
I
first
liked
came
it.
out. And
I liked it a lot.
it lost me.
I feel sort of misled by what the advertising was. I definitely thought it was going to be like a documentary style series about kids at a high school putting on a production of High School Musical
Oh, instead of like actual
instead of like a
actors.
scripted thing.
Yeah.
Dude, wait,
I
no,
liked it
that's
a
what
lot.
I thought too, actually. And I was also let down when
Yeah.
it was not that,
But I guess they
Sorry.
have Encore with Kristen Bell.
which was
Bell.
very fun.
So
I have one more game on this episode, friends.
Please.
And it came to me in a nightmare, not necessarily a dream. There's just so many movies out right now and coming out that I'd love to be able to still use these as some of the skeleton for a classic game. But it's not Rumpelstiltskin. Today it's going to be Nikstlitslepmur, which is Rumpelstiltskin backwards.
Okay.
So we're going to play a little bit of... Is there a way to play that weave the yarn like backwards?
Oh,
We're going to summon something.
We have almost infinite audio technology. We can definitely do that.
Amazing.
We're going to summon something into this mortal coil that we do not wish to invite.
Since games and Mini Mondays don't happen as much with Disney Plus just running the world right now, Loki, by the way,
Who run the world?
there's
Disney Plus.
one more regular Mini Monday before we start diving into Loki, and I'm very excited for that.
Wow.
Same.
But here we are with we had Shrekster credit last week, and now today we have Nikstlitslepmur, which with this game
didn't that guy work for Joseph Stalin?
Yeah.
yeah, you might
I
have.
don't feel comfortable talking about him. I don't think
With
I
this
like that guy.
with this game, I'm just going to give you the name of a movie you very likely have never heard of, and you have to give me the synopsis.
Gosh. Okay.
So whoever gets closest to the correct synopsis wins. Simple enough?
Sure.
Are we playing synopsis rules where we got to guess nouns and that kind of stuff?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just going to
Cool.
give you the name, and you have to guess the synopsis.
Cool.
This one's different because you probably have never heard of it. Are you ready?
Always.
Yes.
Rollers. June 18th release. Movie is called Rollers. Do you want genre?
Yes.
Drama, comedy.
Okay. Jordan, hear me out. Here's the exact energy that I'm feeling off of this title.
Wait, I thought this was a competition. Are we working together?
Oh, is it a competition?
No, you're not. It's a competition. It's
Oh.
basically the reverse of Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh, I'm not telling you.
Yeah, it's the reverse of Rumpelstiltskin.
Hey, Jordan, you're either frozen or deep in thought. I think you're frozen. The good thing about recording over Zoom call is that we can edit out weird internet problems and it will feel seamless. I honestly think
Seamless.
nobody will even know.
Yeah.
Seamless. Our movie is Rollers, and I need a synopsis from you.
Okay.
Not giving you anything about it. Nothing.
Who do you want to go first, Carter?
It's a drama comedy. Sure. Doge.
When Michelle sends her youngest child off to kindergarten, suddenly she has a lot of time on her hands. She decides to join a roller derby team
Nice.
and finds an unexpected passion deep within her. Michelle's played by Vanessa Bayer.
I'm not necessarily going to have the names of actors and actresses for this, so I apologize.
That's fine. That's fine. It's just really important to my artistic vision that Michelle is played by Vanessa Bayer. And it's in 4x3.
I like that. Okay, here's what it actually is, though. Ethel was your average everyday octogenarian.
Yeah. Yeah, she was.
She woke up in the morning.
I really wanted that to be the only sentence.
She woke up in the morning. She had her cup of decaf. She went to aqua aerobics. You know, normal stuff. But when her prized set of hair rollers goes missing, Ethel will stop at nothing to eke out revenge on every single woman in the retirement community. Beverly, she's coming for you. Betty White stars in this summer's smash hit, Rollers.
Rollers.
I was in until you cast my arch nemesis.
That's why
I forgot
did
how
it.
much you hate her. Yeah, to all the sweet ladies I've hated before. That's the sweet little rom-com from Doge. I'm giving this one to Jordan because of this this kind of hell-bent towards a goal. A closet alcoholic does whatever he can to try and save his family's historic concert venue. Rollers.
Oh, so like
Like it-
rock and rollers. Interesting.
But well done to the both of you. Better, honestly, than what we actually got. I would rather watch y'all's movies. Our next movie, June 25th, which is our mom's birthdays.
Or maybe just
Jordan and
birthday.
I.
Maybe we have the same mom.
It's possible. This movie is called Werewolves Within. Jordan, you'll go first on this one. a horror comedy, rated R.
On the eve of a full moon, many people feel strange, but nobody feels stranger than Garrett and his crew of middle school drama students obsessed with wolves and wolf culture. In Werewolves Within, we'll watch them struggle with puberty, friendship, music trends, and becoming emotional werewolves?
That's good. I'm guessing that was question mark, exclamation point, question mark.
Yeah, it's an interrobang.
Wonderful. Doge.
In modern day San Francisco, Cynthia and Thomas meet on Tinder. They begin to fall in love. They go on several dates. The only problem, the full moon is rapidly approaching, and they each have a secret.
Oh, they're both werewolves.
They're both werewolves, so they don't want the other to know.
Honestly, I would watch that.
That is really interesting. I don't know what to pick on that one because they're both very similar and yet both very far off. When a proposed pipeline creates hostilities between residents of a small town, a newly arrived forest ranger must keep the peace after a snowstorm confines the townspeople to an old lodge. But when a mysterious creature begins terrorizing the group, their worst tendencies and prejudices rise to the surface. And it is up to the ranger to keep the residents alive, both from each other and the monster which plagues them.
Oh, so it's one of those the real monster was humans all along kind of movies.
It's The Thing. It
feels
sounds like The
like it.
Thing. Sounds like The Thing and the Hateful Eight had a baby. I do want to watch this, though. There's
I'll
that.
probably watch. It seems pulpy enough for me to give it a go.
You ever had lemonade with pulp?
Ugh.
It's
No.
unsettling.
Yeah, no thank you.
I think I would be okay with that.
Do you like pulp in your drinks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't mind pulp.
I also like to chew my juice. You guys are nasty.
Doge, don't you like boba?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I think boba's horrible. Are you kidding me?
I also do, so I was just checking.
Oh, my goodness. All right. This one's messy. Here's our last one for our new show. Maybe it's a one-off. Let me go read this again because I wrote it down to read it backwards. Nikstlitslepmur. The last movie is, and we'll start with Dozier this time. My heart can't beat unless you tell it to. A June 25th release.
Can you hit me with the genre, please?
My heart can't beat unless you tell it to. This is on the Tomato Meter, a 100% certified movie.
Wow.
This is a drama horror. A lot of horror this summer.
Yeah, apparently.
Michael is tragically killed in a parasailing accident. But just before he hits the water, he has visions of a mysterious stranger who tells him that if he finds true love's kiss, he can live again.
Very good.
That's it. I don't
Forget
know
it.
what,
Yeah,
I don't know
there's
what
something
happens
about-
next.
There's something about the way you were sitting that it was like, okay, I think he wants to.
I have
say
no idea
something
what
else.
happens next. I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
maybe he finds true love's kiss. I don't know. I know his heart
Okay.
won't beat unless somebody kisses him that he's supposed to love.
Here it is. You remind me of the man. What man? The man with the power. What power? The power of voodoo. That's right. This summer, when Jennifer dies in a horrific motorcycle accident, the only thing keeping her alive is the master of voodoo she fell in love with on spring break 1997. She must journey cross country to find this man, what he's doing
Isn't she
now,
dead?
and get
Isn't she
him
dead?
to keep her alive with the voodoo doll he made of her in 1997. Doge, if you were paying attention.
He's keeping her alive.
She's an animated corpse,
Yeah.
and she's got to hide it from everybody. This is not a synopsis anymore. I'm just attached to the idea now. She has to hide it from everybody, so it's very like dye your hair, cut your bangs, put a hat on, except it's more like hide your shattered kneecap and the fact that when you talk, you're like, oh, like a zombie.
Cover all your open oozing orifices. See,
What
I
a
think yours
beautiful
already has a leg up on mine because your protagonist doesn't immediately die and stay dead at the beginning.
Yeah.
I think mine
Yours,
would be
I felt like yours was a ghost, huh? Trying to
sort
get
of uninteresting. I don't know, maybe.
Oh, I got ghost vibes from you.
Sure, yeah, it's a ghost.
Mine was more like she realizes she can't die because of the voodoo doll, and she's trying to go.
See, I like yours better because mine accidentally is a movie about a ghost trying to go find somebody to convince that person to fish their dead body out of the water and kiss it.
Yeah.
Which I think is a pretty steep ask, even for a ghost.
Even for a ghost, because they can usually get what they want.
Sure, they're persuasive.
This one will go to Jordan. Dwight prowls the streets after dark. He searches each night for the lonely and forlorn, looking for people who won't be missed. Dwight takes no joy in this, but he needs their blood. Without fresh human blood, his fragile young brother, Thomas, cannot survive. Each death takes a larger toll, the burden of his crimes weighing heavier each time, threatening to crack his spirit. But Thomas and his sister Jessie are all the family Dwight has left. And as a fiercely private and close-knit family unit, they depend on him and the rituals they've learned in order to keep their secret. But while Dwight yearns for another life, Jessie needs them to stay together. And always, the boy must feed.
So little brother's a vampire?
Anybody of note in this cast?
Yeah, I was going through, I don't know if it's necessarily of note. I don't recognize the names, but y'all might. Let me go back to it.
Like Robert De Niro. I don't know. I've never heard of that guy.
Patrick Fugit. Fugit. That one's a dangerous one to pronounce. Owen Campbell.
No.
Okay. And then we have Ingrid Schramm.
That sounds made up.
Okay. Do we want to do one more of these? Are we having fun with this, or do we want to wrap it up?
I'm loving this. I'll do one more.
Excellent. How about hold up a second. Is that Willem Dafoe? Yep. The Willem Dafoe movie coming out June 18th called Siberia.
Okay.
Jordan, you'll go first. Horror fantasy, of course.
I already know it. No pressure, but I already know.
Benjamin Stalfordshire's got 99 problems, and the cold is one. As he searches for trolls deep in the heart of Siberia, what he's going to find is what makes a man a man.
That's very good.
A long-haul trucker's vehicle malfunctions, causing him to be stranded in the endless icy winter of Siberia. After a few days with no food and no water beyond what he had brought with him for his journey, he begins to see strange visions that make him question the very nature of reality.
So it's just the lighthouse, but in the cold.
It's Willem Dafoe, man. If he can do it well, let's have him do it twice.
Clint is a damaged man who has retreated to a wintry remote mountain cabin where
Does he have it on his forehead? Does he damaged up there?
Where he hopes to find serenity. He runs a modest cafe where the rare traveler or a native of the region visits. But even in his relative isolation, he cannot find peace nor escape. On a fateful evening, to confront himself, he begins a journey by dog sled to the world he once knew. He travels through dreams, memory, and imagination in an attempt to find his true nature. Siberia.
Weird.
Guys, to end this episode, I want to have your name, and then I want you to tell me a movie about you and your self-discovery, but you can only give me the name of a country.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm Carter, and Chile.
Nice.
I'm Doge, and coming this summer is Barbados. I did a report in 7th grade on Barbados, and that's when I discovered that I am not a beach boy. I would rather never go to the beach again.
Is it like terrifying?
No, it's just gross. It's hot. A lot of sand. Coarse,
He doesn't like
irritating,
sand.
rough. It gets everywhere. It's not all things soft and smooth, you know?
Like you.
Like you.
I'm Jordan, and Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's an easy one.
Burp.
Los pros comienzan el día aprovechando los servicios exclusivos en Lowe's. No solo ofrecemos clavos, tendrás aire comprimido gratis para tus ruedas y tanques portátiles. Estacionamiento de remolques para pros cuando vengas de compras. Un lugar para limpiar tu parabrisas. Y una bebida energética para despertarte. Aquí tu día empieza más rápido pagando en cajeros solo para pros. Por eso Lowe's es el nuevo hogar de los pros, solo en Estados Unidos.
Ready, set, summer. Start your summer off fresh with savings on washers and dryers during the Memorial Day Savings event at the Home Depot. Give your laundry room an upgrade with big savings in-store and online on top appliances like LG high-efficiency top-load washers and dryers for just $6.98 each. Right now, you'll save a bundle. So kick off your summer with the Memorial Day Savings Event at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only while supplies last. Free delivery on purchases of $396 or more. Valid through June 9th.